Looks like recently there have been a lot of speculation of a new model drop coming from the Anthropic team, as there have been new leaks roaming around of a Claude 4 or a Claude 3.8 coming out soon. We had new internal leaks coming from the Anthropic team, where there is a group of models that have been spotted in Anthropic's workbench. It's named as Claude Neptune, and it doesn't seem like it's a new model class, just a placeholder name for testing. But there are speculations that this could be the release of Claude 3.8 before we even see an updated Opus model. This could also be a Claude 4 model series, which is kind of interesting to see. Now, first things first, I want to talk about the speculation of the Claude 4 name. Now, there has been a lot of confusion about this, and I want to talk about it to clear the confusion. Now, recently, Anthropic ran a contest with the tagline "Win 4 months of Max," and this was something that was posted on their Twitter. And this actually caused a lot of confusion because it was called as Claude 4 in their promotional material. This led to many people believing that it was a teaser for a new model, but Sam McAllister, who was a team member at Anthropic, quickly shut that down in a follow-up on May 2nd, and he basically stated that it's just the name of the contest, not a new model drop. Now, this contest was something that was sharing invite links, and if someone signs up, you get a chance to win a 4-month trial of Anthropic's Max plan, which is worth $400. Now, the thing is, the internal team is stating that this is not a new drop, but behind the scenes, there have been a lot of leaks and references to Claude 4 in Anthropic's backend config files, and it literally states Claude 4, which is kind of interesting. And to confirm this, there was another leak where Anthropic is appearing to be running a new web app experiment that dubbed Claude AI redacted model name reveal. And it includes logic that checks for the model name starting with the shush emoji. And this is likely an intentional Easter egg or a placeholder, possibly meant to obscure the name of a not yet announced model. Presumably, it could be the Claude 4 model, the Claude 3.8, the Neptune, or something else in stealth. Before we get started, I just want to mention that you should definitely go ahead and subscribe to the World of AI newsletter. I'm constantly posting different newsletters on a weekly basis, so this is where you can easily get up-to-date knowledge about what is happening in the AI space. So definitely go ahead and subscribe, as this is completely for free. So we have 3 leaks so far. The actual backend internal leak, we then have the 2 config files, which showcases the Claude 4 model, and then the Neptune model with this workbench, and then the other one that showcases a redacted model. Now, personally, I think that the Claude 4 might have been just a gimmick, especially the marketing material. I don't believe that has anything correlated to the Claude 4 model. We still haven't seen an Opus class model that has been upgraded, which the internal team have been working on at this current moment. And to confirm my statement on them working on the Opus and Claude Sonnet model, there was a report from the information which suggested that the Anthropic team is preparing to release an enhanced version of Claude Sonnet and Claude Opus that introduces true agentic behavior models. This is where these models can switch dynamically between reasoning and acting without you actually intervening and pressing a button like the thinking mode that you would see with Gemini or with Quen. This is a back and forth between thinking and doing, and these upcoming Claude models won't just generate answers in one shot. They'll have the ability to toggle between 2 modes on their own autonomously. With the reasoning mode that thinks internally, it considers strategies, creates a plan before actually generating that response. And then you also have the action mode, which is going to use tool use, and this model will use external tools, apps, or even databases. Think API calls or search engines or even documentation retrieval. It is going to be doing all the tasks that the reasoning step will focus on, and it's going to output a more thought-put answer that is going to be better than any other Claude model would be capable of generating. Now, this reference or source, you can say, was actually pretty reputable because it's the information, and they do have a lot of internal connections to the Anthropic team. And they did state in that article, word by word, that Anthropic has new versions of its 2 largest models, Claude Sonnet and Claude Opus, set to come out in the upcoming weeks. So it's interesting to see that this could be a model that comes out maybe early June. And according to two people who have used them, what makes these models different from existing reasoning AI is their ability to go back and forth between thinking or exploring different ways to solve a problem, and tool use, the ability to use external tools, applications, and databases to find an answer, these people said. So, if this source is true, we're going to be looking at a new hybrid model that will be able to reason as well as execute tasks pretty quickly, similar to how the Gemini 2.5 does. And it is going to be pretty interesting to see how well these benchmarks are going to be, as well as how expensive this model is, because Anthropic is known to have expensive input and output token usage. Now, you may be wondering, we know that the speculation of Claude 4 comes from that marketing campaign, but where does the speculation of Claude 3.8 come from? Well, we saw a model named Neptune being trained in the backend internal systems of Anthropic's benchmark. Now, this kind of fuels the theory that it is an internal codename where Neptune refers to the version of 3.8 because Neptune is the 8th planet from the sun. If it's true, that's a wild theory, but I honestly don't care what the name is. I personally think it's going to be the Opus model, as Dario, the CEO, had mentioned that they are working on enhancing the release of Opus soon. So definitely think that all of these models that are being tested is going to refer to the release of an upgraded Sonnet model, and finally the upgraded Opus model. So in conclusion, I believe that there will be two models released soon, as Dario has stated they're working on 2 releases, and I believe there's going to be an upgraded Claude Sonnet model, and then officially the release of the Opus upgrade, which is going to be the 3.5 or maybe even the 4. Now, this is all speculation, but we will see a model coming fairly soon. I believe it will be coming in June, so definitely keep an eye out for this. I'll keep you guys posted on my second channel as well as on Twitter. So definitely recommend that you go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter, join our Discord, follow me on Twitter, and lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and please take a look at our previous videos because there is a lot of content that you will truly benefit from. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.